Hey guys, I'm your boy Nick with Pick'em Man. Today we're gonna be talking about the co-main event of UFC 294. Unfortunately, guys, our hopes are all lost, and this co-main event is not gonna happen, guys. That's what I came to the realization that this fight is not happening, guys. Paulo Costa, I mean, of course he isn't coming out here and saying that this fight is canceled, but they're in the background. The UFC is really looking for another opponent for Khamzat Chimaev in the rankings. And no one's really stepping up right now, guys. Unfortunately, they offered the fight to fucking Vittori too. I mean, he fucking declined. No one's really trying to take on Khamzat Chimaev on a week's notice, and this card's really falling apart right now, guys. The main event, we just got Volkanovski stepping in on like 11 days notice. In the main event, now we have the co-main falling apart. I mean, damn, man, this is depressing. I mean, look at this. Khamzat Chimaev, man. This was a big opportunity for him in Abu Dhabi. I mean, he's representing Abu Dhabi over there in that area. I mean, he's a big deal over there, and they can't have him off the card. That they're gonna take a lot of losses on the pay-per-view buys if they don't have Khamzat Chimaev. If they're not able to find Khamzat Chimaev, I'm sure they're gonna be willing to pay a lot of money to people. But man, fucking, it's not looking good. It's not looking good, man. Paulo Costa, I mean, he posted this picture. He had this injury or whatever, and he had like 3 weeks to recover. But man, it's not gonna happen, guys. I have a bad feeling that this fight is not happening. And someone told me, a really good source told me that it's not happening, guys. They're looking for a new opponent for him, and they offered it to Marvin Vittori, and Marvin Vittori isn't trying to take this fight on. I mean, let's look at the middleweight rankings. And we got Israel Adesanya, who just fought a couple of weeks ago. I mean, obviously he's not gonna be able to make the turnaround. We have Dricus du Plessis, he's dealing with an injury. He doesn't want to take the fight right now. And why would he take Khamzat Chimaev, who's not even in the rankings right now at middleweight? I know there's a lot of hype on Khamzat Chimaev, but he's not in the rankings right now in the middleweight. So what is Dricus du Plessis gonna get from taking that fight on short notice? So he's not gonna take that fight. So we have Robert Whittaker, who just fought Dricus du Plessis like a couple of weeks ago, and a couple of months ago, I mean, or whatever. But he's not gonna make the turnaround. He was TKO'd in the second round. I don't see him making the quick turnaround. And then we have, who else do we have? Vittori, yeah, we have Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier is fighting, I think Jared Cannonier is fighting, who's Jared Cannonier fighting? Roman Delite, yeah. Jared Cannonier is fighting Roman Delite, like in December, I think. So that fight is not gonna happen. Who else is there? These are two guys in the rankings, so they're not gonna fight. Jared Cannonier is not gonna be able to take this fight. Maybe they can offer him more money, and he's able to step in on short notice. He's always willing to do that on a week's notice. I mean, Jared Cannonier is that type of guy. He's willing to take anyone at any time. So maybe they can do that. I mean, there's a chance that maybe Jared Cannonier steps up to this big opportunity for that big bag that UFC is gonna offer him. But I have a bad feeling, man. They have a fight booked already. So who else is there? I mean, who else is there? So Paulo Costa, I mean, he's injured with his arm injury, so he was supposed to be taking on Khamzat Chimaev, so he's not gonna be able to do that. Roman Delite is fighting Jared Cannonier. He's number 7. Jack Hermanson, I mean, he just had a fight booked. Where is Jack Hermanson? I mean, there it is. We have Jack Hermanson. I mean, he was supposed to take on Brandon Allen, and that fight fell through. I mean, who else is there, man? Then we have Brandon Allen. I mean, Brandon Allen's fighting. Who's Brandon Allen fighting? I think Brandon Allen's fighting. Brandon Allen's fighting Paul Craig. I think this is in a couple of months. So he's got a fight booked. I mean, who else is there? Like, there's no top contender that's available right now, or some of them that are available. Marvin Vittori said no, he's not willing to step in on week's notice to take on Khamzat Chimaev and lose his ranking. He's not willing to do it. Who else is there? We have Kelvin Gastelum. I mean, he was supposed to take on what's his name? Rachmanov, and I mean, he's got an injury. He's dealing with an injury too. Next up we have Nasruddin Imavov. I mean, he was supposed to take on Ikram Ali's Karab, and he pulled out of it because of a visa issue, I think it was. So he can't take this fight. And Paul Craig, number 12, he's already got a fight booked. I mean, who else is there, man? Who else is there? Andre Muniz. Maybe Andre Muniz. I don't think Andre Muniz has a fight booked, right? Andre Muniz. Let me check it here. Andre Muniz just coming off a TKO loss. I don't think they're gonna book him for this fight. But he's the only one that doesn't have a fight booked. Okay, he does have a fight booked with Junggang Park in December 9th on that fight night card. So that's fight. This he can't fight. He can't take this fight. I mean, who else is there? Like, who else is there that can take this fight in the rankings? No one. We have Anthony Hernandez. I mean, Anthony Hernandez already has a fight booked. Who's Anthony Hernandez fighting? Let me check. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez is fighting. He doesn't have a fight booked. Maybe he's willing to take this fight. I mean, he just had 2 cancelled fights. So I don't know, man. This is not looking good. I think yeah, Anthony Hernandez was supposed to, he just had a fight booked. I think he does have a fight booked, doesn't he? Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. So I mean, no one's really willing to take Khamzat Chimaev in the rankings. I mean, he just had a cancelled fight with Roman Kopylov. He was supposed to take on Kopylov back when Josh Frem took that on short notice. So I mean, he had Hernandez withdrew from that fight. So maybe he's willing to take this fight. I mean, if he's not dealing with an injury, he had 2 cancelled fights back to back. Yeah, so I mean, who else is there, man? Who else is there? Like, this is not looking good, man. This is not looking good for our boy Khamzat Chimaev. Man, not looking good for our boy Khamzat Chimaev, man. Who's he gonna fight? Outside the rankings, maybe they give someone a big bag to take the fight. But I mean, Vittori's only one that's available, and he's not willing to take the fight. Vittori doesn't want to take the fight. So, I mean, who's he gonna fight? Is Chimaev gonna stay on this card, or is he not gonna be able to stay on this card? That's the real question, guys. That's the real question that I have here. Oh man, this is not looking good for anyone. Maybe there's someone in the welterweight division that doesn't have a fight booked that's willing to move up. But I mean, they're trying to get Khamzat Chimaev the title shot. So they need someone in the top 5 or top 10 to fight Khamzat Chimaev for him to get a title shot next. Especially in Abu Dhabi in a co-main event on a pay-per-view, they can't just put someone outside the rankings in there with Khamzat Chimaev. So I mean, who's he gonna fight? I mean, who can he fight that's available? I mean, Vittori's only one that's gonna be willing to maybe take this fight. I mean, Sean Strickland. I mean, they can't just throw him in there for a title fight against Sean Strickland. If Sean Strickland wasn't the champion, I mean, he probably would be willing to take this fight. He's the type of guy that would take the fight on like even a day's notice. I mean, that's Sean Strickland. He's that fucking guy. But I mean, who is there? Roman Lieta's booked. Brent Jacker Manson's booked too. I mean, Kelvin Gastelum maybe, and then if they can convince Marvin Vittori. The only guy that makes sense is Marvin Vittori, or if they can convince Jared Cannonier. I mean, maybe they can cancel Jared Cannonier. I could see this fight happening. If they offer Jared Cannonier more money than he's getting for that fight with Roman Lieta, I mean, maybe they can do that fight. But he's already preparing for Roman Lieta, so leave a comment below who you think they're gonna book him up against next. But I don't see anyone willing to take Chimaev on like a week's notice, less than a week's notice now. I mean, there's not even a week left anymore. Oh, we have 2 weeks left. Okay, less than 2 weeks left. But it's not looking good, guys. It's not fucking looking good. We had the main event fell through with Charles Oliveira getting injured. I mean, so that's not a good look. So like, this card is just, I was super hyped for this card, man, and now it's just looking fucking falling all over the place. This card is not looking good, man. I don't see Paulo Costa going into this fight. I don't think he's taking this fight. I think they're just haven't released the news yet that the fight's cancelled. But I think they're not gonna let Khamzat Chimaev. I mean, they're not gonna let Paulo Costa go in there with an arm injury that big, having a surgery like 3 weeks ago. So man, what's gonna happen, man? What's gonna happen? Who's Chimaev gonna fight next? Maybe, I don't know how they're gonna keep him on the co-main spot. Yeah, let me know who you think what you think is gonna happen, guys. I would love to talk to you guys about this. But yeah, man, that's the video I wanted to make. But yeah, man, this co-main event is off. I don't think it's happening, guys. I'll be shocked if Paulo Costa actually steps in there with a big injury like that on his arm. He's mostly a striker. He doesn't use his wrestling, so it's not like he can go out there and try to like wrestle Chimaev, who's got very good takedown defense. I mean, he's got to throw his hands. How's he gonna fight without his boxing if he can't box properly or strike properly? Yeah, man, this is not looking good, man. Let me know what you guys think below. I'm gonna end this video here. Once we get more news, I will make another update video, guys. Let me know what you think. Leave a like below for the algorithm. If you guys like these type of videos, leave a comment below. It really helps out with the algorithm. Thank you guys so much. And we're gonna hit 400 subscribers real soon, guys. I know it. We're at 325 subscribers. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.